If you are over 50 or 60 or 70 and you're dealing with stiff joints, inflammation, maybe your workouts don't recover like they used to, this video is going to be for you because omega-3s are not just some nice to have kind of supplement. They're one of the few things that actually helps calm the biological noise that builds up as we age. So today I'm going to explain why omega-3s matter, how to get enough, and whether food alone is realistic or if supplementing actually makes sense. So the first thing is why omega-3s matter. They are an anti-inflammatory fat, and inflammation is one of the biggest reasons things start to break down for us after 50. Inflammation creates this sort of background noise like static in your body. When most people hear the word inflammation, though, they think of swelling like a swollen knee or a sore ankle. But that's not the kind of thing we're talking about here. What really causes problems after 50 is low-grade inflammation inside your cells and your joints, the kind you can't see, but you feel it every day. This kind of inflammation shows up as stiff joints, slower recovery, maybe brain fog and fatigue, or workouts that leave you sore for days. Nothing looks swollen, but everything feels harder. And omega-3s are designed to help turn the volume down. They provide joint comfort, brain and heart health, muscle recovery. So this isn't about feeling younger, it's about not feeling older than you should. Similarly to the previous video on magnesium, most people don't get anywhere enough of the omega-3s. Modern diets are overloaded with omega-6 fats like seed oils and fried foods and packaged foods. Omega-6 isn't evil, but balance matters, and the ratio is wildly off. Your body is basically swimming in inflammation-promoting fats and starving for the ones that actually calm things down. Something that I find is stuck in a lot of my clients' heads is the idea that if you eat fat, you're going to get fat. That idea came from the low-fat era of the 80s and 90s, and it did much more damage than it did good. What actually makes you gain body fat isn't dietary fat, it's chronically high insulin and inflammation. Omega-3s are fats, but they're the kind that reduce inflammation and improve your insulin sensitivity. Your body doesn't store fat because you ate fat. It stores fat because our hormonal environment tells us to. So avoiding omega-3s, basically just because they're fats, actually works against fat loss after 50. There is a ratio between omega-6 and omega-3 fats. Omega-6s are everywhere. Omega-3s are scarce, so the ratio is actually backwards. Historically, evolutionarily, humans ate these fats in balance. Today, the ratio is completely skewed. So omega-3 supplementation is about restoring balance. Also, omega-3s aren't a feel it tomorrow kind of a supplement. They work gradually. They change your internal environment. The benefits compound over time. So you're not going to notice a dramatic change in 1 week. But over weeks and months, your joints are going to feel better, your recovery is going to improve, and inflammation starts to quietly slow down. So then the question is, can you get enough from food? Well, there's fatty fish. There's salmon, sardines, mackerel, anchovies. These are great foods, but the truth is, to hit effective omega-3 levels, you need fatty fish multiple times per week. Many people don't like the taste. They don't cook it consistently. They worry about mercury. So food is ideal, but for most people, it's not realistic. And that's why I think supplementing does make sense. This is where omega-3 supplements actually earn their place.
So before I have to go to work for the day, I thought maybe we'd go for a little field trip, little fishing expedition, and go see what this looks like in the real world. So let's first look at two frozen examples. Both of them are from the Northern Pacific with slightly different omega-3 numbers, but both are great sources. Then we have canned. Mackerel has a huge 3,000 omega-3s. Anchovies come in a little on the low range at 800, so a full 2,200 less. And then there's sardines coming in somewhere in the middle of the two at 1,800. And then, of course, we have the elusive goldfish coming in at 0. Then we get to the supplements. My unofficial scanning of the shelves looks like the average DHA to EPA value is somewhere around 750. This one with 250 capsules at only $13 seems like a great deal, but if you do turn it around, you'll see that you need 6 of them just to reach your daily dosage. Then the final option is liquid, pretty pricey at $36 for 6.7 ounces. It does have 1,600 milligrams of omega-3s though. And then there's the one that I use coming in at a decent just over 1,000 milligrams and vitamin D for $19.
I know those capsules are big, but they have to be in order to fit enough in there. They're squishy and they're weird, and for a lot of people, they honestly are just too hard to swallow, literally. And I think that's one of the reasons people stop taking them. I work with a lot of adults over 50, and one of the things I hear all the time is, I know I should take it, I just choke trying to swallow the thing down. And if you dread taking it, you won't stay consistent. And consistency is what matters. It actually took me getting into my 60s before I realized that there is actually a liquid omega 3 option. If capsules work for you, great. If you think that the liquid might be worth a try, I'll link the one that I personally use in the description below. But the bigger takeaway is don't let the delivery method stop you from getting somewhere your body genuinely needs to go. Supplements are not magic, but they are a consistency tool. They're easy to take, no cooking, you get a predictable dose, you're not having to guess if you're getting enough every day. So when it comes to omega 3s, there are two specific fats that are important. There's EPA and there's DHA. Those are the two parts that do the heavy lifting. So to simplify, EPA is more about calming inflammation. It helps turn down that low-grade inflammation in your joints and your muscles and blood vessels. DHA, on the other hand, is more about structure. It's a major building block for your brain, your nerves, and even for your eyes. So when you're picking one out, always look for how much EPA and DHA you're actually getting. When I look at a label, I don't care how many capsules are in there or the brand hype. I care about the dosage. How much of the active ingredient am I actually getting? So if you're taking one tiny capsule hoping for miracles, you're going to be disappointed. For general health, after age 50, your choice should have a total of EPA and DHA of 1,000 milligrams per day. Just so we're on the same page, some labels may say 1 gram. That's the same as 1,000 milligrams. It's different units, but it's the same amount. So a serving of fatty fish like salmon is going to give you roughly the same 1,000 milligrams of EPA and DHA, which is great. But most people aren't eating fatty fish every day, every week. So think of food as the foundation and supplements as the insurance. Eat omega 3 rich foods when you can, supplement to cover the gap. Also, a quick safety note, and this applies to any supplement. If you're on blood thinners or you have a medical condition, you always want to check with your doctor. But for most people, that amount is considered safe and well studied. In the next video, I'm going to pause the supplement series for one video in order to cover a topic I've been getting so many questions about and have been wanting to do anyway. And it will be about intermittent fasting, my experiences with fasting over the past few years, the various ways to do it, the benefits, all those things you've been starving to hear about. Sorry. It's really another quiet game changer after 50, though. So if this has helped, hit subscribe, share it with someone who's too stiff to get out of their chair, and I'll see you guys in the next one.